Last episode, we met the most powerful force in investing, compound interest. Today, we meet its evil twin, the force quietly working the exact same magic, but against you. Fees. They look tiny, almost too small to bother with. And that is precisely the trick. Today, you learn why a 1 or 2% fee is not small at all, and how it can silently steal a third or even half of your life's wealth. Let's start by naming where these fees hide, because most people never even see them. The most common is the expense ratio, an annual percentage that a fund charges you just to hold it, skimmed off quietly, so you never get a bill. There are management fees if you hire an advisor. There are trading commissions on some platforms, and there are sneaky load fees charged just for the privilege of buying into certain funds. None of them announce themselves loudly. They simply nibble year after year. Now, your instinct says that 1% is nothing. A single percent, who cares? And that instinct is the most expensive mistake in personal finance. Here's why. That fee is not charged once. It is charged every single year on your entire balance and, crucially, on all the compounding growth that money would have earned for you. You are not losing 1%. You are losing that 1% plus every future dollar it would have ever produced. Let me show you the staggering scale. Imagine two investors, each putting away the same amount for 40 years, each earning the same market return. The only difference is that one pays a low-cost fee of around 0.1%, and the other pays a typical active fee of around 2%. That gap sounds trivial, but over 40 years, the high-fee investor can end up with roughly half as much money. Half. The same investment, the same market, the same effort, and one of them hands nearly half their fortune to fees without ever noticing. The reason is that the fee attacks the compounding itself. Every dollar taken in fees this year is a dollar that can never snowball for you in all the years that follow. A 2% annual fee does not cost you 2%. Across a lifetime, it can quietly consume 40 to 60% of your total potential gains. The snowball we admired last episode is being shaved down every single winter before it can grow. This is the great, unglamorous insight behind the index revolution. A man named John Bogle, who founded Vanguard, built his entire life's work on one radical idea. Since most expensive, actively managed funds fail to beat the simple market average anyway, why on earth would you pay them a fortune to underperform? Just buy the whole market cheaply and keep the fee you would have paid. In investing, he argued, you get what you do not pay for. The less you hand over, the more you keep. So fees are the one variable in this entire game that you can control completely. You cannot control the market's returns. You cannot control a crash. You cannot control the economy. But you can absolutely control what you pay, and that single controllable choice may matter more than almost any clever stock pick you ever make. Lowering your fee from 2% to nearly zero is one of the only guaranteed, risk-free raises available to any investor on Earth. So how do you defend yourself? You hunt for that expense ratio before you buy anything, and you favor low-cost, broad index fund where the fee is a tiny fraction of a percent. You become deeply suspicious of any product with high fees promising to beat the market, because the fee is certain and the beating is not. You treat every percentage point as what it truly is, a permanent crack in your snowball. So look back at that tiny, harmless-looking number, the 1 or 2% you were about to shrug off. You now know it is no small thing. It is compound interest running in reverse, a silent tax on your patience, quietly claiming a third or half of everything your money could have become. Mind the fees, keep them tiny, and let the snowball stay whole. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep it simple and keep your costs low.